Okay, so this thing has been pretty much running all night. It's only measuring still at 43 Fahrenheit. Outside in under 40-degree weather, it was out there for an hour just this morning and still running. Didn't get anything below 43. It's just rocking 43 pretty stable, but that's not good because these things are supposed to get down to 32 at the lowest, and even out in colder temperatures, environmental temperatures than the internal one. Like right now, this thing feels kind of cold on the outside because it's been out there for an hour and it's cold out. It didn't get lower than it was early, in our place. Our place has an ambient temp of around 70. The more concerning thing is the power usage. So right now it's just drawing 50 watts. I've seen it on our power station last night connected to the AC port, the AC outlet, running around 62 to 66. And when I looked here at the averages, the highs and the lows, so right now it's only running at 1.4 watts. So that's kind of good, I guess. But then here's what I'm concerned about. So you can see in 8 hours and 23 minutes, it used 0.40 kilowatt hours. And if you do the math, that's a little higher than 40 watts. I mean, I gotta run it on a calculator. If it was 10 hours, it would be exactly 40.1 watts that it was running on average for that whole time. I'm thinking this is probably closer to 50 watts. If I did the math, maybe at around 50 watts. And then I'm gonna cycle through the function. That's the voltage, amps. So that was a low. It was 1.3 watts, which is kind of running now. The high was 66.5, which I kind of seen before on here. And then right now it's at 1.4 watts. So I'm wondering if it hit the steady state temp because it was outside for an hour in really cold weather. And I mean, well, cold for us Californians is 40-degree Fahrenheit weather, which is only 8 degrees above freezing, so it is cold. I want to see how long it stays at 1.4. If it stays at this temp for the next hour or two, oh no, there it goes back up again. So not really, it just seems to cycle a little bit, but mostly it stays at around 54 watts. So basically what this tells me is to run this in a day, if it's 0.4 kilowatt hours, so in a day, in 8 hours, that's times 3, that's about 1.2 kilowatt hours, right? And let's just be fair to this thing and say it's 1 kilowatt hour. You just take what your cost is, the electricity. Now you got to also take into account the taxes, all the fees, the line charges, and everything. Basically, you take your bill, you take all your bills, you take the amount you have to pay, and then you find the total kilowatt hour you use that month, and then you divide the amount you paid you divide the kilowatt hours by the amount you paid, and that's the price per kilowatt hour you use. Or so actually no, you take the amount you paid divided by the kilowatt hour, and that's the price per kilowatt hour that you used. So for us in California, it's, even though like say our base rate is maybe like 22 cents per kilowatt hour, if you tack on all the fees and taxes and everything, it comes out closer to 33 cents per kilowatt hour. So running this to us every day is around 33 cents. Now you times that by 365 days in a year, and you're looking at closer to like $120 a year just to run the stupid thing. I mean, you might as well just buy a mini AC compressor fridge. You know, it has a lot more space than this. It gets below freezing. It actually has a freezer area. And it's also cheaper to run. It will pay for itself in probably a couple years. So do I recommend this? No, absolutely not. This thing is, it doesn't get cold enough where you can put, you know, like frozen items in there and have it food safe. It's expensive to run. I mean, you can hear it. It's just running right now. The fan's running. And yeah, so I'm going to just keep it on for the full day. And then I'm going to see what the cost is. Right now it's showing already 11 cents. And I just put in a cost of 30 cents per kilowatt hour. So I'm guessing at this rate, it'll come out to about 33 cents a day. Or 30 cents. Yep.